Hi guys, welcome back to JR14. Here I am with another video for you guys today, and today we're going to be working on the Accord yet again. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started with the video right now. Here we are, like again, with the Daily Driver Accord. Now, as you guys know about the Daily Driver Accord, I've done a lot of different things to the car to ensure that it looks pretty clean and OEM plus and unique to me, right? So I've done things like the Tesla Model 3 wheels, the updated headlights and the inspired taillights, and also lowered the car. And I got a couple other things that are happening with this vehicle that are gonna be added to this vehicle. But what I noticed in the rear of the vehicle here, there's not really much going on as far as the trunk area, like a little lip. So today what we're gonna be adding, I have everything already set up right here, and we're gonna be adding a lip onto the car, and I'm gonna be showing you step by step on how to do it. So let's get started. Here we are at the rear of the vehicle, and as you can see here, we have a few supplies. Don't mind some of the camera equipment on here. Got some rubbing alcohol, a clean microfiber towel. But here is the lip spoiler right here, guys, that is gonna go onto the edge of this trunk. As you guys can see, the trunk looks a little bland. It looked like there's nothing really going on there, and I kind of wanted to add that little mild OEM plus aesthetic onto the rear. So this lip is gonna do this. Shout out to eBay Motors, man. They're not a sponsor of the channel, but this is where I bought this from. This guy had this listed for $116. One thing I love about eBay Motors, you can make a suggested offer or make an offer on a specific item, and I offered him $80 after I saw this on here for a few weeks. So I went ahead and offered him $80 and he accepted. Shipped it all the way from China, and I didn't know this, but it actually comes freshly painted to match the car. So as you can see, it actually does match the car pretty well. I'm sure that there's gonna be it's gonna be slightly off because this lip is freshly painted versus this car, which is the original paint from 2007 for this Accord. But I can't wait to get this installed. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get it installed right now. First thing I wanna do to make sure that this is gonna work perfectly, I wanna take this lip and I wanna lay it against the truck to see if there's gonna be any issues with fitment. And just a little disclaimer, I already test fitted this already because I was eager to put it on. So actually, it meets up on the line, I mean, really perfectly. You just gotta find like the perfect spot for it. But this is exactly where it's gonna sit right here. So this is actually pretty good, how it's gonna sit right here. I actually really like this a lot. All right, so now we know it's gonna fit, it's gonna work properly. So now what I wanna do is, I wanna go ahead and clean off the surface with rubbing alcohol. The car's already clean, but it's got a little dust on it. So I'm gonna go ahead and put a little bit of rubbing alcohol on here and wipe off the surface. So take a microfiber rag so you don't, damage anything, you don't scratch anything up. And we're just gonna wipe the surface completely off where we're gonna be applying this lip. I always wanted to put something like this on the car. Like I said, 80 bucks, it's kind of a no-brainer. You know, with the lip, it did come with applicator promoter or adhesion promoter. And it came with its own, tape that we're gonna use. Now, I have 3M Automotive that I'm also gonna be using. This is just because of the fact that I wanna be able to make sure that this will stay on. I don't want this coming off because it's an older car, and it's not like these companies keep making these type of things for these older cars. So I don't usually see them that much anymore. I'm like, I sure can get like a different one, but like I said, I got a really good deal on this one, so kind of want to make sure I do it right beforehand. So, I figured that you guys don't need to see my face. You guys just need to make sure that I'm seeing the process, and I know you guys really care about like how to do things, so I'm trying to do it, make sure I do it step by step. The next thing is we're gonna put the tape on the back of this spoiler. So it comes with adhesion tape, it comes with adhesion promoter here. Don't think we're gonna need that. I mean, I've put lips on cars before and I've never had to use adhesion promoter. So I don't think we're gonna be using that. It just needs to be a nice, dry, unoily surface. So that is exactly what we're gonna be doing here. Oh, they gave a little thank you card. That's nice, but don't stick it on the adhesion thing where I need to use it. And we can start from the edge here. I want it on all the whole edge. So if you look at this, you'll see like there's a lip around the whole thing. Looks like they missed a piece of paint here. They had a piece of tape here and they didn't paint this, but this is gonna be facing down on the car, so it's not really gonna matter. Again, I'm sorry for the wind noise in advance, but hopefully with this new camera setup, the mic is doing a good job of blocking out noise, outside noise as far as wind and stuff. But I'm gonna evenly put this around as we see here. Okay, I mean, it looks like it's going on, and it is 3M, which is good to know. So this actually made me make me a little bit more comfortable in installing this on. And like I said, before you do this as well, make sure your hands are clean, which as you can see, it's really sticking to my hands. So I made sure there's no dirt or anything on my hands. So when this goes on, it's only a one-time deal. So I'm just gonna speed up this process here. Okay, so we're good here. Now, what I'm probably gonna do just to clean these lines up a little bit, I'll tell you one thing I'm gonna do first. So one, I need to pull, so this, Eric showed me this trick. You wanna pull on the adhesion portion of it, or the sticker portion of it on the back end. And what you wanna do is, you wanna be able to lift it up. So you can use a key, a knife, just something sharp enough just to grab the lifty edge. I have a blade that I can use for this, just to separate. It's a little tedious, it takes a little time, but like I said, once you figure it out and learn, once you get it apart, I'm not gonna bore you with this part. I'm just gonna stop the footage real quick. And then once I come back, I will have all the edges ripped up, and then we'll be ready to lay this on the car. And then all you will have to do is pull those edges out and then align it up first and pull the edges accordingly, and then stick them on and then just pull the strip off. But again, the hardest part is really getting this portion of it. So once I come back to that, I'll show you that portion of it and then we'll wrap this up. All right guys, so after a little bit of hassling and going back and forth, I actually went ahead and did it. So as you can see, there's a little bit of each edge that is lifted. And once I lay this down, you see these black stripes in the middle of here. These are gonna hold it in place. And then the surrounding portions of it, which is the red stripe, those small little red pieces of tape on the side, those are gonna seal it in from the sides. And I'll be able to pull it from the edge. So I'm actually gonna do this now on camera, right in front of you guys. This should be very interesting. What you wanna do is, to make sure that it doesn't go underneath and you won't be able to pull it up, pull enough off and fold it like that so it's literally sticking out like this. Same thing with the rest of them. Make sure you pull enough back and fold it like that so it's outside. Like I said, I already wiped down the surfaces, pull enough back, like I did that already. Pull this back enough, do that. Pull this enough back and fold it back so it's outside. Same thing here, because once I'm a little, and this is always the nervous part, because once you lay this stuff on, it's gonna be hard to get it off. So you kind of just want to do it right the first time. So here we go. Make sure, see, it's already sticking. Okay, All right, so I gotta really be careful with this. What I probably would want to do is lay it on back here first, like that, and make sure we're lined there first. So how I'm gonna do that is just put this portion down. You know, something's not lining up. Okay, looks like we're good. It looks like we're good on the bottom here. Because this string is not strong enough, you gotta pull it very carefully. And the problem is, that's the problem. Literally, you're not gonna be able to. So back here, I can get this piece. All right, I got that one. And there's a couple of them I can't get, so that is gonna be the first problem that I'm gonna have. But there are ways of getting it apart, so we just have to improvise a little bit. But for the most part, let's see what I can get up. Yeah, let's see what I can get up. If you can, try to, no, this one's not gonna come off. Oh, yes it will. Come off on this side though. All right. Okay, got that one. You gotta like really lift it up. Take some pressure off of it. There we go. Yep. Sometimes this works, sometimes this doesn't. It looks like it's working in my favor today. Yep. And we're stuck right, perfect. I got the rest of it. Stay like that, because I accidentally ripped a piece off. But it's like a small piece. Like it's literally like another small piece of this. So it's fine. It won't bother me too much. I'll just, yeah, other than that, all the rest of them came off. And yeah, so it looks like we are pretty much done at this point. I want to go ahead and just make sure I don't get anything stuck inside the trunk here, because I just opened it. Close it up. Okay. So guys, without further ado, let me go ahead and show you guys the finished product. But whew, this looks great. It's gonna look a little lighter because again, this is at a different angle than the actual trunk. It's a little raised. So again, the angle against the sun over here, it's gonna be a little bit more, it's gonna be just a little different shade. But when you look at it, I mean, it's pretty spot on. It looks like they actually had the car and the wing at the same time and matched the paint on it, because it looks close. And then again, this is like silver too. So sometimes a lot of silvers match up in my experience, from like what I've seen with different paints. And again, this is just my experience. They gave us a little thank you card. Oh, that's appreciated, but we won't be needing that anymore. But yeah, so let me go ahead and clean up this mess, and then I will go ahead and show you guys the finished product. All right guys, so here's the finished product right here. You know, like I said, this it wasn't hard to install, and like I said, the finished product here is pretty good. I mean, it matches up perfectly with everything else in terms of, don't mind my suction cup mount, but I think it came out very, very good. This is definitely a good product. Like I said, with $80 worth, you can't really beat it. But guys, if you have any questions regarding this, a link to where to get it, like I said, you can search rear lip spoiler for 2003 to 2007 Honda Accord. And I'm sure that the 2003 to 2005 trunks are different from the 2006 and 2007s. Well guys, that's gonna conclude this video of the lip spoiler install on my 2007 Honda Accord. If you did like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Also make sure that you like, share, and subscribe to JR14. You guys always remember, we're always modifying the dailies. You guys always remember that cars are a lifestyle.